off out there, and there's a good look at Ben Johns. So spot in the final. Let's play pickleball.
Ben Johns, the best in show, misfired there. Safe to say these hot conditions favor Ben Johns' game more in this matchup.
And he admitted that when he spoke to us earlier after winning his quarterfinal against Jaume Martinez-Vic. And that was a grueling battle because both players played so much cat and mouse at the kitchen, the lateral movement, and that was outrageous.
0-0. Side out.
Sure enough, off the tape, Ben Johns, of course, approaching the 100 gold medal milestone on the Carvana PPA Tour. Such an impressive feat.
0-0.
Yeah, no one close to that number on the men's side.
Side out.
Wasn't an Andiamo, it was something.
Yeah, back
Julian
to the
Arnold.
aviary there.
0-0. Side out.
Little sloppy start, and this is what happens when two long matches precede yours. Even though there were two gamers, they were very long battles with the stops and starts with timeouts and the
0-0.
hydration break. So these guys are going to have to get revved up here shortly.
Ben Johns with a sweeping finish. Such an effortless touch.
Yeah, and Julian knows if that ball doesn't bounce, the point is over.
0-0.
And that's exactly what transpired there.
Julian Arnold's first Andiamo early of the match. Your
Let's
question
see.
answered.
At 0-0. I realize we played a few rallies, but and whatever it takes for him to get going. He knows he's an underdog in this match, so if he needs 11 Andiamos and one after each point, so be it.
Point.
Arnold the first on the board.
And he's a guy that has that big forehand whip and can go after his serve as well, and it will serve him well if he does.
Side out.
That's the angle that Ben Johns can get you with.
0-1.
Oh, crafty shot answered with a crafty response.
Yeah, that backhand just, we talk about deception so much, and every shot looks the same, and that one, Julian was pretty sure that has to go down the line from that position, and that is the wrong guess.
Side
It's a
out.
nice backhand roll from Julian Arnold.
He's going to try and get the crowd on his side here with his energy. And when you reach this point in a long, hot day, if you can even get 10% more energy from the crowd, that's what you want to look for. Anything that can give you a little edge.
Ben Johns just moving you right, moving you left, moving you right, and moving you left. Routine business.
1-1. Point.
Ben will likely make Arnold volley on that backhand side if there is a choice.
2-1.
Expects more errors and not as clean from that side.
Side out.
Nice pressure from Arnold there, not trying to do too much with those same volleys. So trying to get
1-2.
Ben engaged in some conversation there is Arnold.
Side out.
Julian Arnold, the former UCLA tennis standout. And as for the weather, Dave, good news for the players. This heat wave stops on Saturday, supposedly. It's supposed to be just as hot tomorrow for mixed doubles.
Yeah, and that sounds like okay, good news. You know, the singles, there's only one person on the court. Some of those dudes that cover 80 and 90% of the court, and that's what their partners want them to do, that can be a big drain as well. And the ladies battling it out there. Some of these matches, the ladies are hitting 40, 50 cross-court dinks involved in these long rallies. And all it can take sometimes, Michelle, is one or two of those on top of each other to make it really difficult for where is your fitness, because you reach a peak really quickly. So we'll keep an eye on that tomorrow for sure.
Side out.
This is if I'm Arnold, I'm like, man, I've got a stalemate here. And he had a great look at his two-handed backhand there and couldn't make it.
2-2.
Finish for Julian Arnold. Juking Ben Johns, looking for some favoritism from the crowd.
Side out. Two. Point. Three, two.
One of the rare moments where you see Ben constantly on the run. He's usually so under control. Got a ball off the tape and was in pretty good position, but nice read by Arnold, the two-handed backhand up the line. So nice control of a point there from Arnold. When he looked, he was way in control. When he got in trouble, he was still on top of things.
Tie game, Julian Arnold 3-all.
It's a great start from Arnold here, just to maintain even status quo. He's got good energy out here on center.
Arnold has only reached the podium one other time this season. Got a bronze back in February in Arizona. A lot of belief required, though, to take down the one seed, Ben Johns.
Three. Point.
There's that patented Ben Johns run around the backhand and then big looping, but running away from your opponent inside out. Drop that's so hard to handle.
Just wide for Julian Arnold.
Tried to go body in the middle of that, smacked it right at Ben Johns to try and catch him on off guard, and he did a little bit, but Johns' hands were able to at least neutralize that and then gets an error.
5-3.
Ben Johns on the fly, cooks up an angle.
And it's two shots before this one, the two-handed backhand roll, and let's see if we were. want to risk further injury. So Ben Johns will not be playing with Colin on Saturday. It'll be Matt Wright, and won't that be juicy come men's doubles day. But Colin here to support his brother, and we wish him a speedy recovery. He hopes to be back playing in Cincinnati in a few weeks' time. So Matt Wright and Ben Johns back together on Saturday. But back to the singles, and Julian Arnold with a beautiful cross-court passing shot there. And that's what Julian Arnold can do. He can get hot and put 3 or 4 in a row right past you. And there's another. And an Andiamo to go with it. And of course it says Andiamo on the bottom of that paddle of his.
The Andiamos in this match.
Oh, you're just wondering, what's the level of Andiamo? And it's high. It's a semifinal, and Ben said enough of this, but nice rally back here from Julian Arnold. There's that backhand volley that just every once in a while will betray Julian, and that one doesn't get the right amount of spin and swipe on it and goes deep.
Julian Arnold with a whip of a dink.
Still urging on the crowd. The difference there for Ben, he's okay if that ball bounces, but great job by Julian Arnold. Don't let it if you can reach in and take it, and then perfect angle.
5-7.
Hits that angle with a smile.
And it looked like everything else. That's why that was so good, because Julian Arnold is fast, and he's like, okay, he's hitting another one deep to the baseline, and then just
inside out roll. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
7-5.
Seeing the two-handed backhand roll, and now the two-handed backhand down the line, and you have to have that. You can't run around everything depending on the value of the return. So this continues to be a differentiator for Ben and why he has remained at the top of the game.
Point.
Just like that. Ben Johns 2 points away from
Timeout
taking the
receiver,
opener.
9-5.
Events and just hasn't been able to do it.
Side out.
Slap finish for Julian Arnold. From Julian Arnold.
Set up by the shot before that Ben was not able to put a good volley on, and those with two-handed backhands love a ball that's up in the air, and then you can disguise it, use that left hand. It almost ends up like a left-handed forehand. Well done by Julian.
Climbs within 3. Make it 2.
It's comeback Thursday here, Michelle, in singles semifinals. No lead is safe.
No. Oh, just missed. Ben Johns, cool as ever. Nothing seems to rattle him.
No.
9-7.
There you go with the difference. Ben's able to bounce it there, and then Julian tries to do too much and goes for a lob when he had, let's just say, some better options than that one. And here we are at game point.
10-7. Point game, 11-7.
And a missed return will do it. Ben Johns takes the opener 11-7. In game 2 against the best player to have ever done it, Ben Johns. What a play. And an Ernie touch is, in part, one of the many reasons why Ben Johns is the best in show.
And that's a great read, because we talked about how important it is to bounce the ball, and that would have bounced, but Ben jumped the corner, and that's a way to find an angle and eliminate that shot. It's just a great read from Ben.
Side out.
Ben's looking down at where that return landed. So great return there from Julian Arnold. Gets a miss from Ben.
0-0. Point.
Arnold's on the board first in game 2.
1-0. Side out.
Just missed. I thought that might have enough shape to come down on the line, and just wide. Arnold checking in with the referees.
It was out. 1-0.
Diane Anderson confirming the ball was out. Onisha Smith, the second ref.
0-1.
Ben Johns calls an honest game.
Goes for that backhand flick, and Ben will keep testing it.
1-1. Side out.
Nice job by Arnold at the kitchen line there. Got Johns extended out just enough where he couldn't hit a clean volley. Julian had a good look at that for sure, because Ben was hoping Julian picked a side, so he went with the overhead down the middle, and Julian didn't move, so he was in perfect position.
1-1. Good serve. Point.
It's a nice serve from Ben Johns, as acknowledged by Julian Arnold.
To win in men's singles now, you have to have it. You just have to, or you're fighting such an uphill battle if you don't.
Side out.
Play from Arnold.
Wow, got away with the lob at the kitchen line that Ben had a good look at it, but it's just a little bit behind him. Nice job by Arnold in not retreating. Sometimes people go, that wasn't the best lob, and then run away, but you're much better off. Yes, you're much better off staying in there.
Side out.
The lob attempt on Ben Johns, that time gone wrong for Arnold.
Yeah, ball in the middle of that point, very tight to the sideline there.
2-1.
Just a couple of great volleys from Arnold. So much like game 1 started, we were around 3-2 for a long time. Similar here in game number 2.
Side out. 2-1. Point.
There's that two-hander that Ben Johns has been developing.
Yeah, the other interesting thing we have here is a couple guys that help develop the paddles that they use. And Valair with Mr. Andiamo on the far side, Julian Arnold, and then the Yola that Ben Johns is using, the Perseus.
It's one heck of a drop from Ben Johns. Wow, what a point.
Beautiful shape on that, and then again jumps the corner. And this is one smart cookie. Beyond that, he graduated from Maryland, and great read right there to finish off that pop-up.
Material science and engineering major for Ben Johns to pay off your point.
Side out.
Just wide on that one, yeah. So when you have that background, you can walk into a meeting with paddle designers and say, tell me about the aerodynamics and everything else, and not sound like me walking in there. So good job, Ben.
Side out.
Do you think he picked his major partly because of that? No?
I don't know. That's a question that would be an interesting one. I mean,
He
he's
was
so
for-
curious on so many things interest him.
It's a nice pressure from Julian Arnold.
Ben trying to get an error or a ball that was up from Arnold on that backhand, but very good patience from that man right there. And you heard him say, come on, fight. Because this is what Ben does. You look up and it's like it seems even, but he gets one here and one there, and you're stuck at one yourself. Just lethal. The backhand looks the same whether it's cross court or down the line. Watch these. Cross court, paddles back and down the line, and it's you're hoping you guessed right.
Side out.
Interesting choice there. Ben got a forehand and just chose to just crack a drive at Julian after dropping so many to the backhand there.
Beautiful drops.
Whether he's got to say a lot or a little, and it's usually a little.
It's mostly a little every time that these two are on the bench together.
They're just so in tune with each other.
It's telepathy at this point.
Colin, of course, the older brother who just hit 30 this year. He loves when I remind our fans that he's got a 3 at the front of his number.
Told me he's about 60 to 70% in his recovery process. As you mentioned, hoping to be back by Cincinnati. Doesn't want to push it or risk it. Not worth.
No, 10 months. 10 months and horrendous rehab are what happens if he pushes it too far. So not going to do that. And there's great read, but just floats that backhand deep. Again, if you don't roll it and don't swipe enough up, you hit too much of the ball. And that's a concept that amateur players, like, I always try to hit the middle of the paddle with the middle of the ball, but not at the pro level. You want to swipe that and get it to land in the court.
Point, referee timeout, 6-1.
Covers so much court, as you've been saying all match long.
One.
5 points away from advancing to the gold medal round on Sunday. Tyson McGuffin awaiting his opponent.
Yeah, and that's where the shot, what's in the arsenal is different. And once that went off the tape and we had a cat and mouse
7-1.
point, Julian is going to be behind there because Ben is just so adept up there.
Patient drops from Ben Johns, waiting for the miss.
Yeah, and again, Julian trying to go for too much. If the question is why not hit a drop volley there, you're just inviting a problem because you're recreating the cat and mouse points you don't want. Another huge serve off the baseline. You want to get good at singles, go take a bucket of pickleballs out to the local court and learn how to smoke a serve. It is a necessity. And the thing we've seen, Michelle, is the carryover into mixed and gender doubles of that serve, because Ben is still going for it, and that's setting up easier thirds, better opportunities when they serve.
Side out.
And all of that playing to the crowd and getting everybody excited, and Andiamo's is gone.
9-1.
Frustrated body language over there, down 9-1. I mean, Julian cannot believe after that backhand volley he hit that he is running to the baseline to play defense. That's just too good.
Match point for Ben Johns.
10-1.
Oh, and Julian Arnold repays almost an identical play that Ben Johns served him in game one.
Pretty great handle of another big serve there, so gets to fight on.
Point.
8-point deficit, but we've seen scripts like this unfold before in other semifinal matches that have reversed.
Side out.
Julian is just gonna be, come on now. And Ben has proven you got to get him earlier. Once he gets to center court, it's over.
Just wide, match point number 2, saved by Julian Arnold on the error of Ben Johns.
2-10. Side out.
Quick side out. Winner gets Tyson McGuffin. Loser gets Federico Staxrud in the bronze medal match later tonight.
10-2.
As he said, a lot more pickleball to be played.
Side
The
out.
match point saved by Arnold. From Julian Arnold. Ben Johns just taking the wind out of any sails.
Yeah, had to use a little willpower on the one to get it over, and just great court coverage there from both players, but Ben has the final answer.
Oh, a little inside-out Ernie action.
That is tremendous, and that's what Julian Arnold has. Just some incredible highlight reel shots at the 11th hour. I mean, that is a great read. And you hear him, he's yelling, fight, trying to get himself going here. Just hasn't been able to take points on return and get them going there. Maybe a miss or two.
Where can he go from here?
3-10.
Now trails by 7.
Side out.
Just too much wrist roll and not through it there, and gets one at least.
Julian Arnold will take a bounce off the tape. Got burned by a couple. He'll take one back.
Yeah, taking his time. I don't blame him here. He knows it's going to take a Herculean effort, but be ready to play your best point here. There's the foot speed of Arnold creating a problem as Ben knows he has to find the perfect angle there and goes for a little too much.
Julian Arnold with a big rip down the line, showing life in game 2.
Yeah, I thought we were done with Andiamas with all these game and match points that Ben's had, but credit to that man right there.
Still trails by 5, but has the energy to try and come back in this one. That ball is just too good from Ben Johns.
You could hear him trying to urge him to run faster there, like trying to find the nitro button. Where is it?
Another match point for Ben Johns. Just wide on the inside out drop of Ben Johns. And though game 2